Hello, my friends, and welcome back to New Dalancia, our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. Last week, we continued on our journey through Lower Murhold into the, what is it? We went to meet, what's his name? Hold on. I should have, had my notes in front of me for this. We went to meet Ranlin, who we had heard might have some connection to the history, with Bunavar and the expedition, and may have some additional information. But when we got there, he tried to kill us. It's kind of weird. We found a portal that may yield the way back. But unsure of why we were brought here in the first place, the party continued to seek answers. That's all I have.
It's a good recap.
I think it was good, yeah.
Yeah.
I know we got those, we also found some books that we thought might be interesting considering they were on diseases, because that's what we were told happened to the expedition. And one was sort of like a common tongue version, one was sort of an undercommon version.
Yeah, right. So did we end up spending the night trying to glean information from them, or?
That was my understanding. Went back to the library, tried to figure things out. Also, these magical objects that both myself and now Tess have.
Yep, there were those. So what's up, DM? What's going on? Where are we? What are we doing?
So you returned back to the library for the evening. You had a few tasks in mind. Balphalin wanted to try and get a sign made up. He wanted to spend some time trying to figure out how this language is somewhat different from the language that of what you remember. And we wanted to kind of check into the various things you had found. I don't remember. There was some. I don't remember offhand what it was that you had found in the chests that you wanted to look at. I know there were potions.
For me personally, I think I just had found various articles of text that I was going to analyze so that we could forge this sign. Basically, just making it so that building, nobody would try to enter that building and get at that portal, and also find out that we kind of murdered a VIP.
Sure.
At least until we found that key that you said, as it locked up the shops, kind of just magically made it so that no one can enter.
Right. And you also, so you spend the night kind of studying this language. It wasn't that hard for you, Balphalin. You've spent a lot of time studying over your life, and everyone kind of put their heads together on it. You're able to kind of get an understanding that though the speech patterns are only marginally changed, it's like people pronounce things. You might say lazier. Vowels are a little different, but it's largely understandable. The writing system had changed somewhat, and you were able to kind of work out how the writing had sort of changed just ever so slightly. And some words were spelled in a simplified manner. Some words were borrowed from other languages, but you could kind of piece it together well enough to get something that looks like a sign. And some other people at the library were willing to help you look at the sign you'd made. So you've essentially got a sign that says closed for the foreseeable future.
Awesome. It is finished. Okay. So I guess I'm going to take the sign and go to the shop, the magic shop, and pin it up or something.
Okay. Are you guys going to go back in the shop?
Does anyone feel like we need to?
No.
I mean, I would be much more sort of like trying to piece together the information about the virus and stuff that happened to the party, and see if we can figure out what it was that afflicted him.
It occurs to me that it was once told to us that this Ranlin fellow who attacked us had received many visitors from the upper city. Could it be that we could find answers there?
Well, he's the only other person we know that those are the only other people that he's spoken with. Tends to not deal with common folk very often.
That still leaves the question of making our way to the upper city. We know not how these people descend from the upper level.
So the librarian had previously informed you that they don't get a lot of traffic between the cities. No one's real sure how his visitors, how the visitors to Ranlin were seeing him. Just that they were always seemed to be around, and finding passage to the upper city. You might find a smuggler or something to take you up there, but by and large, it's closely regulated.
Okay. I assume we find this out from like the library, people in the library.
Yeah, I think I had hinted at it before, but maybe not spelled it out.
Ah, okay. I'm open to suggestions.
Where do the smugglers tend to hang out in this town, do you think? Shady people? Would it be Bunker Hill? Or more of like a Eastern or Shanty Heights? Or Shanty Town or Eastern Heights?
Shantytown sounds like a safe bet.
Could probably check out some taverns or something, see if we can find a way.
Well, we do want to be careful because we were told that I think I remember them saying that Shantytown especially would be hostile to those they consider the Fae.
I thought that was Weston.
Yeah, Weston was the dwarves that don't like the outsiders. A shantytown was your prostitutes and your very shady parts of the city.
But even still, like that northern part of Shantytown does, like, it's just right across from Weston, so.
I, for one, don't like the idea of sneaking around. But I see little other choice. So be it. Should we travel to Shantytown and attempt to find some way to smuggle ourselves to the upper city?
I think that would be our best bet in this case if we really, really want to get up there.
All right, so down to Shantytown then, somewhere in that area.
Guess we're. How are we gonna locate? Or I guess
We're gonna have to walk around and sort of like question people, I imagine.
Yeah, I don't really have any skills that are gonna put me able to kind of get in touch with anybody that's like
Yeah, does anyone
criminally.
have any like skills that could get us in touch with anybody in this area? Because I really don't. I just have like religious areas that I could find.
I have criminal contacts, but like I don't know if that would apply to alternate universes
Or future.
or timelines. Yeah.
I mean,
You probably know how to talk to people in a fairly inconspicuous manner. They might be a little more distrusting of you in the upfront, but so you wouldn't have a full ring of contacts, but you'd probably be able to have enough street smarts to find your way around to get more contacts.
Yeah, and start building contacts.
And if worse comes to worse, I mean, I've got my charisma. I can always, and persuasion. I can always charm my way through a few people. Sort of like how we began this entire adventure.
I'll just keep my hood drawn.
I'm gonna pull the cloak around me, and then from its ability, I'm gonna change it so that it looks sort of like an old, dirty, worn, like hooded cloak.
Okay.
Misku's a career criminal, so she's not going to really change a whole lot.
All right, seems sensible. Okay, so Ian Fear, you're sort of dressed as to blend in a little bit. You look like somewhat of a local, and you guys are heading down to Shantytown now.
Yeah, Tess just has her hood pulled up.
Okay.
Cyrene will hide to not pull attention.
Fair enough. So you leave Old Town and you head down into Shantytown, and it's kind of an interesting mix of things as you get down there. It's clearly the slums of the city, and you see a lot of infusion of magic and tech together. And as you kind of walk around, you can see that a lot of things are being advertised that you would think would be a little too forward, but they seem fine here, and no one really even notices your presence as you walk around. There's plenty of different types of people here that you probably wouldn't see walking around in other parts of the city. Are you looking out for anything in particular?
I mean, we would imagine we would probably be looking for, like, maybe folks who would be sort of trying to avoid the gaze of the common populace, trying to duck down alleyways, or even maybe like
We need to start establishing just a few contacts that are like of questionable integrity, and see if we can glean any information on more important contacts of questionable integrity who may have connections to the upper level. So essentially, we're just trying to start networking and building this network of people that can get us up there.
Okay. So you all are sort of walking around different places.
I can make a suggestion.
Yeah.
If we're looking to be smuggled up somewhere, we could look for wherever maybe local supplies are being brought in or like loaded up in like warehouses and stuff.
That's also a good option. For sure.
I mean,
Okay.
If I was gonna find smugglers, it'd be somewhere like that.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Seems sensible.
This is not my area of expertise. I'm yeah, you know me.
The professor is out of his element.
I'm
So
usually
the
up in the upper level.
what was that?
I was saying I'm usually the one who's getting invited up to the upper level.
Let's go do some hoodlum shit.
Quietly.
So you're looking, you're kind of wandering the city, or this portion of the city in Shantytown, and you're kind of looking for sort of a warehouse district or kind of a not quite a dock. The dock is the city doesn't have a huge river running through it, but you get down there, and I'm gonna say let's switch here. That's all right. So you're you're in walking. You're kind of walking through, and up ahead of you, you see the what looks to be a lot like the thug that had escaped your grasp previously.
But it's not exactly him. Or can we just not
all
tell?
thugs look the same. You can't tell from this distance.
I mean, you'll probably keep a bit of a tight grasp on his dagger.
Perhaps we should not all approach him at once. It may cause him to flee. Would anyone
So
like
you-
to go speak with this person?
Well,
I think I'm far too recognizable, to be honest.
I suppose I'll give it a shot.
So another one that looks kind of similar, but you still have a pretty good feeling that the first one is the one that you expected, that you saw before. But he's approached by another, and they seem to be discussing something.
I suppose I'll try to see if I can make my way over. I recommend staying back just in case, or perhaps take some strategic positions in case he tries to run.
Can I set up somewhere on the other side, out of sight, kind of on the other side of this statue?
Yeah, is there a way for us to blend into the crowd?
Sure. Everyone who wants to kind of not be noticed, roll a stealth check.
Okay, alright.
I guess Ahara should probably do that as well. Running slow today. Alright, so enough of you are stealthy enough that you kind of blend into the cloud. You blend into the crowd. And it's pretty clear that no one's really paying attention, and you're able to kind of sneak up.
Cool.
Okay, so can I post up over here, or? Okay, cool.
Yeah, wherever you want to stand.
Okay, let me...
So can I hear what they're talking about?
Roll a perception check.
Those of us who want to listen, can we roll it?
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay.
We are a little far. It's still about like, even, what is it, like 60, 70 feet away.
As indicated by all of our rolls.
It's so loud, apparently.
Where's the perception at again?
It's on your
It'll be-
skills.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
between nature
Yeah.
and performance, yeah.
Alright, let me just have Ahara do it as well. And I'm getting incredible lag from Roll20 today.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, it's too loud.
It is evidently a very thick crowd, and you're not able to hear what they're talking about. But they don't look to be discussing anything covert. They seem to be uncomfortable, but not necessarily like they're hiding anything.
Alright, so like I'm slowly walking my way towards him.
Downtown.
I'm gonna try to look as casual as possible, so that way, with the cloak, maybe kind of look like I'm blending in a bit.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you can. So this. Let's see. What's his passive?
He walks up like
Well,
nonchalantly.
Just totally, yeah. So he's just not paying attention really to everything around him. He thinks he's just standing in a city street. There are other people here that don't have tokens. You just don't see them.
Yeah.
And he's not even noticing your approach.
Alright, so I mean, I guess I'll see if I'm able from this point to try to listen in enough to find if I can find a good point to sort of interrupt him.
Yeah, so from here you can definitely hear him, and they're speaking to one another, and as near as you can tell, they're talking about the incident that had happened, and they're saying that all of the apparently he just closed. He closed his shop. No one's heard about it, but his door has been locked for a full day, and no one's getting in or out. He's not sure what's happening.
And then, and then I'll reach up and I'll sort of tap him on the shoulder and be like,
So-
giving a little wave of the hand.
When he first turns around, he's very standoffish. He's not used to being kind of tapped. He turns around to look at you, and as you see his face, it's clear to you that this is definitely the thug that had escaped you previously. And his eyes get kind of a little wider as he starts to recognize you. And he says, it's a bit of a rough part of town for you, isn't it?"
Well, I mean, I imagine so, but like you say, it's best to travel with friends. And then slowly you'll see like sort of like an exaggerated gesture where he taps to his pocket and he says, "Plus, you did leave us a little bit of a special gift in order to help us in case it gets too rough."
Yeah, when you mention friends, he looks around, and no one's really in his direct line of sight, but he's clearly bothered and uncomfortable at this point. He's starting to get a little skittish, looking around, trying to see if he can spot anyone else, which he does not at the moment.
Just all we have to do is all we need is some help from you, and then you'll never see us again.
The other bandit, sort of standing with him, just sort of starts to back away, slowly, and just kind of starts to kind of back up and try to not. It's clear he doesn't want to be involved in whatever's going on between you.
Yeah.
And he says, okay, look, it's true, I did run off a bit, and I do appreciate you sparing me, but look, I can't be seen here talking to you. I'm trying to build my context back up, and everyone believes the fact that we were ambushed and I managed to get away.
Well, luckily for you, you don't even need to be seen doing anything else but giving us information.
All right, what is it you're looking for?
We need to get to the upper city.
All right. Well, it seems the main people that take people to the upper city seem to have gone missing. So I think you're in the boat with a lot of people right now.
You mean the magic shop user?
Do you know Ranlin?
And then you'll see Ian here sort of like reach into his shirt and then pull out the little keychain holding a key. We knew him.
Fool! No one knows how to operate that portal but him.
Well, it would seem then this would be a perfect opportunity if anyone has any sort of knowledge to maybe make some money and sort of monopolize on the business.
But Ranlin was sanctioned by the upper city. I don't know anyone else It would take years to set that sort of thing up. People are going to have to start going back to the old days of smuggling people on airships again.
Well, if you can start that, perhaps we might be able to help you with this, and then, like, sort of dangling the key, with your venture.
Well, look, the thing is, I don't even know anyone who has one airship, let alone enough that we could start a smuggling.
But perhaps you know someone who sends goods on airships, and maybe for an extra fee, they might turn a blind eye if someone were to call aboard those goods.
I mean, I know people who move goods, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, I suppose we could always take this. Shop key and find someone else who might be able to find our contact for us.
Well, now don't be hasty. I think we could still help one another out here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe maybe another magic shop. Maybe someone could operate the portal for you.
I'd
Well-
like to make myself known now. I'm going to walk into the pathway and just kind of hang out.
When he sees you, he gets a little bit more frantic.
I'm gonna just
and
make eye
starts to-
contact with him and just keep staring at him.
He has his hands up in the universal surrender motion, and he says to Ian Fear, "Look, I don't want any trouble. I'll help you. I'll help you find someone. I'll do whatever you need."
All right, then. Any help you could bring us would be greatly appreciated.
Well, like I said, I'm not very well connected in the docks, but if you want to talk to somebody about a magic shop, well, I guess I could find somebody there. I know a guy.
Did I hear someone speak of the docks?
I'm just saying I don't really know anyone down there.
Well, if you have someone who has some knowledge about magics, who might be able to operate this, then put us in touch with them.
Otherwise, if we require a sailor, I know my way around a helm.
You have an airship?
You could say that. I have a ship.
Right, well, all right. Well, I don't know anyone, but I don't know.
But you could get us aboard one.
Aboard a ship?
I'm just gonna
I
flash
don't
like
know
a-
anyone.
Like a grin.
Maybe show
I
a
mean-
little bit of your teeth.
Yeah, you know.
It
A
says, look,
draconic
I
grin.
could ask around, but you know, they used to they started this whole portal smuggling business because the docks are so tight.
Define.
Misku walks up from behind and places a hand on the guy's shoulder, like all buddy. Like, this guy can definitely get us there.
He's
Maybe
sufficiently shitting his pants at this point.
Maybe he has like his arm fully draped around his shoulder, like clapped hard around his.
Yeah.
Well, let's head to Feylord and I'll put you in contact with my contact and maybe they could work it out.
Why, thank you. What a brilliant idea.
All right, so he's gonna walk with you guys.
Gotta make a pick stop so we can change the minutes.
He was wearing brown pants. He's fine.
Plus, he's in Shantytown. They won't notice a thing.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah, it's not like there are any cops to call or anything.
That was kind of like the Don Corneo like cornering scene.
Or I'll squash him. So he seemed to imply that the portal in the magic shop might take us up there then.
Or at least that Ranlin was the only one who seemed to have the knowledge of how to operate it, so...
So he takes you, he leads you back towards the Faelorn, kind of close to where the where Ranlin's magic shop is, but to another one that looks, smaller and less, a little less prestigious. And he knocks on the door and it's cracked a small bit. With little eyes that poke out and kind of take all of you in. And a little voice kind of says, "Yeah, what do you want?"
And then we'll sort of like nudge him a little bit.
So the thug steps forward, and he says, "Hey, Everin, it's me, it's Callie. I don't I know I'm not supposed to be here." The guy, you immediately see the door kind of close in his face. And you hear a bit of locking and things, and the door opens back up. And he looks at the rest of you and he says, "Look, if somebody's here to buy something, you need to speak up. I'm not all about take it and run away."
Oh, but we are here to buy.
Or perhaps we can make an offer to you that you would greatly appreciate.
I'm listening.
It seems that we have need to reach the upper part of the city, and we need someone who can help us to operate that means.
Well, I think you're looking for Ranlin, but I haven't seen him.
No one has.
I will, and then, sort of doing that trick where I pull out the key and then sort of like shaking it. I'll be like, well, we have.
Uh-huh. So, what is it you need from me then?
All we need you to do.
Am I able to get a word in with him without? No, maybe not. It's kind of bad timing for that. Okay, go on.
All we need from you is we need someone who has the ability to use that magic in order to send us through towards the upper city. And then if you can do that, we have no other uses for this portal device.
Look, the thing is, if Ranlin catches me doing something in his shop, he's gonna kill me.
Oh, he won't catch you.
Yeah, we can promise you that Ranlin's not going to be a problem.
If he does, I assure you we'll take care of it. I promise. We're good at this.
He's given us charge over the shop, you see. In his absence, we are long-term friends of his from very long ago. He needed a vacation, and thus he has provided us with with access to his establishment, so that we might keep watch over it in his absence.
He squints his eyes and kind of looks over you and says, "You all talk kind of funny."
'Tis true.
Well,
We do spend a great deal of time in the wilderness. We are not from
But we
around these
are-
parts.
we are very old friends. perhaps his oldest.
I'll tell you what. If you can keep me protected, I'll show you a few things. Just let me get something, and I'll be right back. And he leaves the door open and wanders back and comes back, and he's got a book in his hand. He says, all right, lead the way.
So yeah, we're gonna try to not make too much of a big crowd, but I mean, we're gonna head over to his shop.
Okay. And let's see. So you get to the shop. 1 sec. You need. All right, so you get to the shop, and I'm gonna drag you there. Blink. I think I turned off the.
Dynamic lighting.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So you're back in the shop. As you unlock it, the door seems to magically unbar from the inside, and Avron is very impressed at your ability to unlock a door, and you all go in. It's so Ahara's gonna probably just move to that room. It's pretty much like you left it.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and
anything changed.
I can't seem to get into the room. Can anybody else get in there?
I can't.
It's kind of really laggy for me right now. You just have to kind of keep messing with it.
Like I stopped right at the doorway.
Yeah, look.
Oh,
Look on.
I just dragged her here. All right, how about that?
There we go.
Cue yakety sax.
Me and Val Phelan were trying to get in at the same time.
Like running into nothing.
Just shouldering into each other.
After you, please. Like run into each other. After you, actually.
Oh no, I insist.
No, I insist.
All right. Okay, so you come into this room, and and the guy who's with you looks pretty uneasy. He's constantly kind of looking around, and just checking, just sort of looks nervous.
You're breaking up a bit, DM.
Yeah, I think we're getting some connection issues.
Yeah, we're getting some lag.
Uh-oh.
Anything I can do about that? Okay, seems might have cleared up.
My so my thing shows. I don't know if it's a Discord thing, because my thing had shown like voice quality was low, but like all of my other stuff seems fine.
Yeah, I think it's a Discord.
Yeah, mine's
thing.
showing that right now. It's probably Discord. Mine just went up to high, like top, like all 3 bars, but it'll keep dropping down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Either way.
mine was going down to 1 bar, and now it's back to 3.
All right. Well, so you've all got it in the room, and the guy who you had led, Avron, he's looking around nervously. He opens his book and kind of starts to thumb through the pages to look around. And as he starts to, he's trying to figure out what happens, the ground around you kind of starts to rumble a little bit, and then there's kind of a little bit of a hum in the air. And then suddenly from the altar, you start to hear like a very concentrated hum, almost like a bumblebee, and then followed by a pop, and the portal just kind of opens right on top of the altar there. And the Averin turns and looks at it, just completely shocked. And he says, I haven't started.
Perhaps someone else has from the other side.
I draw my weapon.
And he says, but when you open a portal, you say the destination. That means not the source. They could be coming from anywhere.
Is somebody trying to come in here?
They must have opened the portal to here on purpose.
I'm going to stand in front of, stand sort of in front of the portal, with my weapon drawn, ready for whatever might come out of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna set up a flank.
I'm going to be sort of in the back here.
So as the portal starts to shimmer, you see a well-dressed drow just steps out of the portal very calmly. He looks to everyone in the room, and without surprise, he just says, "Ah, well, hello, friends."
Greetings.
He says, "Welcome. Are you the ones who took care of our Branlin problem?"
If I took care of, you mean ensured...
He is, on a vacation. I want to interrupt Ian Fear.
Well, his vacation has proven a little dangerous for him, I think, as he somehow appeared on our doorstep, dead, as it were.
That's right, the body was thrown through the portal. Oh my god.
Oops.
A permanent
Knew we
vacation.
shouldn't have thrown anything through that portal. I knew it.
Trash has to go somewhere, Morty.
Well, yes, but yes, we are the ones who gave him his permanent vacation.
He asked for the vacation, though.
You describe this as a Ranlin problem.
Yes.
May I assume that we have provided you with a Ranlin solution?
You have. See, though delivering the body directly to us was unorthodox, it was desired. Excellent cleanup job, by the way, as he looks around and realizes there's no damage anywhere.
I stow my weapon for now.
He wanders further into the room, and he says, "You'll forgive my arrival. We were, of course, checking into what had happened when we were alerted of your presence. There was a spell locked on the door, you see. But I am an inquisitor of her lady, and I was sent to take care of Renlin. He was established for contact in Lower Murhold. Lately we've been suspecting him of some subterfuge, you know, serving his own goals. And unfortunately, your solution to the problem left me with a bit of a lack of information, you see.
Well,
Could you tell me, did he say anything about who he might be serving?
in his words, he said he was serving the lady, but that his service apparently involved bringing us here by accident.
Interesting. And did he mention anyone else, perhaps? Did you overhear anything? Maybe, you know, he had the tendency of thinking people couldn't understand him.
All I heard mention of when we tried to question him was something about striders.
Did you say a drider? Yes, I think it's as we suspected then.
What is it that you
Do you-
suspected?
Do you know anything of drow society?
I know very little. As there was not very much information or dealings with any of the drow.
Of
I
course.
do have some knowledge of drow society. However, that information may be a bit outdated.
I see. And a dragonborn in the city. That was a interesting sight. Well, listen, we the drow, we follow Our Lady the Spider Queen Lolth, and we live in the Underdark. We generally keep to ourselves. We're not exactly, how you say, friendly, but sometimes acquaintances and alliances have their means to an end. And those females among us who gain favor with Our Lady can submit themselves to a trial of sorts, and should they succeed, she'll be found worthy in the eyes of Our Lady and serve Our Lady more exclusively. Should she fail, however, of course, she will become marked. And the mark is that of the Drider. She retains her form and the upper half, but her lower form becomes a spider. We let the Driders exist on the edges of our society, out of sort of a respect for what they once were, of course, and how they served the lady. But it sounds like one of them has become a little ambitious beyond her station.
If
I wish to propose to you a tenuous alliance.
If I may inquire, do the
Yes.
drow inhabit the entirety of the upper city?
The drow? No, my friend. Drow are not allowed in the upper city.
Then, crossing through the portal, you, may I assume that you come from the Underdark?
Yes, the portal is open to the Underdark presently. Portals go in one direction, you see. It doesn't have to necessarily be bound between two locations.
Interesting.
Would you be interested in assisting me in this any further?
Possibly. We are, however, on. Well, I don't know if you would call it a quest, but we are on a search for some information because Ranlin's activities have brought us here, and we are trying to get back to our native lands.
You're different. I can't put my finger on it, but a lot of you are from somewhere else, not a different land.
How many-
Something else.
How many
do you
years
come
ago
from
was it?
another
Do I
plane?
remember?
500 is
It
what he said.
yeah,
was 500.
500-ish was.
Well, at least 500 years old was how old they said the last map of Bunavar they had was.
Right.
We are. We're a bit out of time, as it were. We traveled in a caravan from a land whose name seems to have lost all meaning to anyone else, called Bunava.
I see. So you found yourself here from a different time.
And we are trying to get back. But more importantly, we're trying to find the information as to what happened to the caravan and how we can protect them.
I see. Well, it sounds very much like there was some sort of work afoot. I think our interests may be the same. I think you'll find that if I can get to the bottom of whoever Ranlin was serving, it will be likely a connection to why you're here.
Then we shall assist you.
well, I'm.
Is there any way to do a
I'm-
deception check on this guy?
So you can roll an insight check, but this you could keep in mind that this is a High Inquisitor,
Okay.
and he has a very high deception ability.
Okay, what if I use my ring of telling truth or ring of truth telling? Can I tell if he's like telling the truth that way?
You could, yes.
Okay.
So you can kind of focus your energy into it. I don't remember the text of the ring. Do you have to do anything to activate?
I don't know, to be honest. I was just
Does it say in your
Just not a-
inventory?
I think
no, it just says ring
was-
of truth telling. My inventory.
I think there was a bonus to rolls on insight rolls, is what it was. Something like that. Like if you're trying to tell if someone is lying, you get some kind of
Yeah, I think it
bonus
like
if you roll.
advantage. It gives you advantage or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Okay, so I can roll an insight check with advantage just to see, because Tess is just kind of standing off to the side, kind of listening,
Yep.
trying to see if this guy is telling the truth.
Yeah, go ahead and roll with advantage.
All right.
All right, nat 20. So,
Wow.
as you sort of focus your thoughts on the ring, you can feel the ring get warm as you kind of peer at at the Inquisitor. And immediately his eyebrows raise and he turns to you, and you can tell, you can immediately tell from insight that that he's being truthful, that he's hiding a lot, but he's not being deceptive.
Okay.
And everything he said is true. But he turns with his eyebrows raised to you, and he says, "Well, I guess someone here expects secrets are among us."
Tess gives him a big, bright smile and says, "Just have to be sure. You can never tell what kind of trash comes through the portal."
He chuckles. Fair enough. All right. If you will accompany me to the high priestess who sent me here, I can guarantee your safety. Unfortunately, if you decline to accompany me, I do have to kill you all where you stand.
Very well.
He steps, he walks over and he says, "This portal will remain open until I close it from the other side." And he steps through and disappears.
I go ahead and step through the portal.
Tess follows Valen.
Yeah, I'll follow through.
All right. Let me move. Okie dokie. So you find yourself in the Underdark. And does anyone not have night vision? Or dark
I do
vision?
not.
Valphalin, you cannot see.
I cannot see.
I can't either. Just have dark vision.
No, no.
I'll look. Well,
Revelar, or the Inquisitor just immediately says, "Yes, yes, sorry," and then
all I was
he
gonna say is I could look towards Cyrene and say, perhaps if you could provide us with a little bit of light.
before you get an opportunity, instantly everyone's weapon just begins to glow,
Oh, neat.
and you've it's clear the Inquisitor did something. Who is, I guess, would be in front of you, not behind. He clearly did something and cast some kind of light spell on the objects. He says, "Yes, sorry, I forget that some people can't see in the dark. Now, keep your eyes out as we head through here. There are some creatures down here, specifically the Kruthuk, who think our nest is their nest. And we might encounter some. But don't worry, I'll keep you safe."
I am ready.
All right. So he kind of moves around and just kind of lead you around.
I'd like to
As
keep
you
this
come
guy
around-
as close as possible. Like, I'd like to stay as close as possible to him in case he tries anything.
Fair enough. And Ahara as well is kind of mirroring your feelings and indicates to Talos that you should stay close to the Inquisitor. As you come around the corner, there are a few sudden appearances of these large, horrible things. You would call them. They're some kind of an insect-like creature, but they're about the size of a person. They've got many legs and very large fangs, and they sort of pop up. The one in the front is significantly larger than the ones behind it, and it appears to be possibly a sort of like parent-child relationship or something. It's, I don't know. They're insects. You can't really tell.
Do they appear to be aggressive?
They do appear to. Well, so as soon as they see you, they appear to be aggressive. So everyone can roll initiative.
Oh. Getting to update this initiative roller.
Are we fighting raptors?
Clever girls.
Hey, they did it right this time.
I guess mine didn't count me.
I was gonna say, did you remember to click your thing before rolling? Pretty low initiatives here.
Okay, so the smaller ones sort of start to surge forward first.
I seem to have lost the turn order win. Or maybe that doesn't show for me. Oh yeah, there it is. Witchcraft.
And the first thing you see happen is more come around from the other side.
Ooh. Oh dear.
And let's see how. Yeah, so they come around the other side, and the first one, what's Valphalin here? The tubes are clogged today, guys. All right, that hits, and let's see what it does. 4 damage
What?
to Valphalin. Man, this lag is ridiculous. And another 5 damage. Alright, and the other 2 come in from the other side, and they're going to attack the Inquisitor. Or they'll roll initiative, that's clearly what I meant. hit. For 4. And all right, so 9 total.
Are you using Chrome? I'm just curious.
Yeah, Firefox.
Interesting. I had to switch to Firefox because of the lag.
Yeah, I don't know. I've
Maybe.
had it open for a while. I don't know if I should switch, reload or something at some point.
Try Edge.
Um,
No.
all about that edging. All right. The adult comes in and he's going to come to the front and take a swing at. Well, actually, yeah. So he's going to fire his spikes at the Inquisitor twice. I'm just going to count those both as 1 because lag is too bad. And I'll call that 10 damage. All right, Valfalen, you're up.
Okay. I want to... No. I don't want these guys to nickel and dime me to death, so... Okay. Okay. Alright. I'm going to use my sweeping attack to try to hit these two.
Okay.
Superiority die, the damage is the same type. So let me make attack against the first one with my greatsword. 16.
That is a hit.
Here's the damage against the first.
8.
And let me roll my superiority die for the damage on the second. 3.
That's the damage to the second one is 3.
So let me see. Damage another creature with the same attack. Choose another creature within 5 feet of the original target. It takes damage equal to the number you roll on your superiority die. The damage is of the same type as dealt by the original attack. So yes, it takes the superiority die as damage.
Okay, okay. So that, yes. So they take damage. Take it. All right. Is that all for you?
I don't think that I have any. Yeah, that is all for me.
All right.
Actually, can I move? No, you know what? I already called into my turn.
Ahara is going to prepare a spell under the condition that that the Inquisitor moves out of the way, and he's going to hold his turn until Misku, you're up.
I think you're muted, Misku.
There we go.
All right. Let's. Don't do that. Pop over here. We will rage. We will activate Frenzy for next turn. And then I pull out my club. And mix smash on the guy to my right.
Okay. That is a hit. And so that's 11.
Yes.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okie dokie. Tess, you're up.
All right. As a bonus action, going to cast Shield of Faith on Valphalin.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Toll the Dead on Guy.
Okay.
That means my temporary armor class is 18.
Big man.
One of these days I should try to locate like a set of full plate. Brad
Guessing that's a fail.
What do I need to roll?
So now you roll 1d12.
1d12.
All right. He takes it and dies.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Upon seeing the corpse drop, the largest of the creatures wails this horrible, horrible sound. And you hear like a clitter, clitter, clitter from down the cavern.
Which direction is that coming from?
Well, I mean, it's a cavern. It's probably going to be echoing all around.
Right,
Yeah,
but I
it
didn't know
sounds
if I
like
could.
it's coming from this direction.
Okay.
But you are hearing it from everywhere.
Hmm.
All right. I think it's Ian Pierce's turn.
Oh, okay. Well,
I want to switch places with Ahara.
Okay.
But I'm not sure how to get that done because, like, difference of turns and all of that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could probably grab him and move him and like switch places with him. And then he'd just roll a Constitution check to see if his concentration is broken.
Okay, maybe I can work this out some other way. Let me think about that.
all right. So I'm going to move over to this area over here, and then I'm going to attack this guy with my Chaos Bolt, and I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos to give me advantage on this attack.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll. This is a spell attack, right? Spell attack.
Yeah.
It has no effect.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. And that'll be it for my turn.
Okay.
You
The
did cast it,
clattering is
right?
getting louder.
Yeah. So what it is I cast the spell as an attack, but the attack had no effect.
Right. But you still cast it. So wild magic surge question mark?
I mean, technically that's up to the DM, but
It could. Maybe another time.
Okay.
Nothing happens this time.
yeah, I found out it was actually up to the DM for wild magic surge. I've just been assuming you won it every time.
You know I want it every time.
So the way I usually do it, and there's no hard and fast rule, but the way I've usually done it is if you roll below a 10, I make you roll wild magic.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
At least for spell attacks. So it is Cyrene turns, and the clattering is getting very loud. It sounds like something is approaching very close.
So Cyrene is going to move over here and do magic missiles, and all of them will be on the sky to try to knock them out. And boo, boo, boo.
Pew, pew, pew. All right, that guy is dead.
Nice.
Cool. Okay. So the Inquisitor, he doesn't seem bothered. He just looks kind of annoyed. As he kind of readies his spell, first he casts Spiritual Weapon, or I guess first the first thing you see is that he raises his hand and very large lance kind of appears in the sky above the large thing directly to the north of him. And as he's doing this, the clattering kind of comes to a head, and you see more approach. And he sees them approaching, and he casts Insect Plague. This is going to be a pain to roll. Okay. Yeah. So basically, he does something with his hands, and these like a large swarming, big locust, like a bunch of locusts, just kind of start appearing and biting at all of the creatures. And it is a 300-foot radius. Constitution. Okay. I'm just going to do a mass saving roll for them.
Oh!
That is not. Okay.
That is unfortunate. Well, fortunate for us.
Do this measurement real quick.
Don't you touch me with that hate stick.
Hey, these are just fleas. Remember how you used them in the in what was it, episode 2 or 3?
Don't you touch me with that hate stick.
So he's casting it basically right here, and it's got a 20-foot radius. And it kills everything but the one directly north to him.
Oh, wow.
I'm just going to remove them. So now we've just got this thing left here. and it is its turn, and it's going to turn to Misku and attack.
How does it look? Is it bloody at all?
So the one to the north was out of range of the locusts, and it's only been a little bit scathed by Misku's first attack. It still looks pretty healthy.
Okay.
And so he swung twice. The second attack hit, and 9 damage. And it is Valphalen's turn.
I'm going to move up. I'm going to use my distracting strike. Bam. Which after I spend a superiority die to distract, I'm going to add the superiority die to my damage roll, and then any attack that's made here, the first attack that's made hereafter has advantage.
Right.
So I'm just going to take a wide slash at him with my my great sword. Am I? Well, I guess this isn't flanking. So here we go. 20.
That is a hit.
4 plus 1.
Okay, 9 points.
Next attacker has advantage.
He's seriously wounded, but still standing.
He's distracted.
Ahara's gonna take he's gonna take a second. No. Whatever. He's just gonna cast Hunter's Mark and then shoot. That is definitely a hit. For 14. All right, he is definitely on death's door, and it is Misku's turn.
Muted again.
No, I don't hear him actually.
I can go check real quick. Might be.
Hi. Sorry. So I'm going to swing twice at our friend here.
Okay.
Ooh, that is a crit.
That is the crit. Yep.
Oh,
Definitely
then-
doesn't need a second swing.
That's a lot of numbers.
He is dead. In fact, I think at this point he wouldn't be able to res if he could.
We killed him.
Yes.
Awesome.
That one is dead.
Quick pace.
Enough so that it would have immediately failed all its saving throws.
Wow.
I wanted it to stay dead.
Well done.
Please stay there.
All right.
Stay down even.
So he turns the Inquisitor turns back to you and he says, "I apologize for that a little unpleasantness. As I said, they think these tunnels are theirs. We've been having problems lately."
That was a close one. What is next?
He says, "For now, we just head onward then." And Ahara, real quick, is going to cast healing word on Valphalin.
He goes, word. And Valphalin's like, word.
No, actually, what you should say is bird, because as we all know, the bird's the word.
Oh, it's
This is
healing,
true.
but then it would be healing bird.
So he gives them the finger, and Valphalin instantly heals 8 hit points.
Done.
For
I
some
heard that this
reason-
gesture means peace among worlds.
The Inquisitor kind of looks at you all strangely and just keeps walking forward.
I'm gonna stay. Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
We didn't say anything about teleportation.
Misty step.
He just like bamped through the wall. See, I wanna keep him like close, you know?
I mean, I could vamp through the wall if I wanted.
I do not trust this guy, like at all.
Yes. So you all stay very close to him, and as he moves through the tunnels and kind of lead you through to this back room, and there's just kind of a big waterfall or a big water pool thing, and he kind of comes up here, and as you come up here, you do hear like more screeching, and there are a few more of these awful, unfriendly types kind of waiting in the tunnel for you. And
Trash mobs.
Just going to I'm just going to keep the last initiative and keep it going. So Tess, you're up.
All right. Moment.
Did we pass by this room? I kind of want to check that out.
You did. It was overgrown, some overgrown things, a couple mushrooms, some shiny looking stones. You passed a couple things on the way. You can go back and look.
Yeah, after we take out the trash.
Right on.
Use one of my slots here. Bane
Okay.
on these 3 guys.
Perfect.
Oh, it's got verbal. It's Bane, so I would imagine the verbal portion is...
I cast evil on you.
Deckard Bane. Stay a while and listen.
While I break you, I'll blow it up.
Once you slay Diablo, then I will allow you to progress to adventure mode.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
Oh, I guess I can cast one additional. I cast it as a 3rd level spell, so I guess I can do it on all 4 of them.
Oh yeah, look at that. 1 additional creature for each slot level above first. Yeah, you would just cast it at 2nd level for that. Damn!
One of them passed. Damn.
One of them is a charismatic bitch.
One of them's like, notice me, senpai. It puts on the like uwu eyes.
Just the fucking raptor memes from Jurassic World.
All right. So the all of them have, what is that, a minus D4 from their attack rolls?
Yeah, so they get a minus D4 for either
Yeah,
attack rolls or
okay.
saving throws.
Yeah. Okay.
Consider them debuffed.
They are all debuffed. Well, I put the love on the one with high charisma. He did not get debuffed. The rest of them are debuffed.
Nice. That one's the Care Bear of all of them.
That is the uwu.
The Uwu.
The great
Be in
uwu.
fear.
All right, you want me to notice you? I'll notice you. I will cast Chaos Bolt at
He's-
Misku. Well, mostly because he's the furthest one anyway. So
Woo,
Pew,
in
pew.
Fear Senpai.
Yes, kill me, senpai, kill me.
15.
That's a spell attack, right? Yeah. Well, okay. So it doesn't subtract from an attack roll or saving throw. No, I guess it doesn't get a disadvantage here. No, that does not hit.
Ooh. Wow.
They actually
Okay.
have high ACs because of their thick thorax.
Oh, so they're yeah. So they're very thick in the booty. All right.
Thick boys.
So I'm gonna need to.
THICC.
I'm gonna have to.
Girl,
get
you
some
show what that exoskeleton.
I'll move over here and give us some room to move.
All right, Cyrene.
Alright, so Cyrene is going to just kind of stay close, sort of to Ian Fear, kind of just moving, but not like attacking just yet, and is just going to stay here.
All right. All right. It is the Inquisitor's turn. He is going to cast Banishment. Oh, that's weird.
He banishes the. Woo.
He's going to banish the Uwu, who is going to make another Charisma saving throw.
If he crits this one. Woo.
Nope. All right. That guy is banished.
What does banishment do? Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. To another plane of existence, huh?
At least for a minute, anyway.
Yeah, so he is presently on the GM lair, plane of existence. All right. And he's going to move out of the way to give other people a chance to strike. And Balphalin is up.
Balphalin's going to dash forward right into the fray. And once again, I'm going to use my sweeping... Oh, nope, that's not the right one I wanted to use. The one I wanted to use is actually sweeping attack to hit the one directly in front of me, as well as the one just to my right.
Yeah.
So, great sword. Go. That is a 23.
Hit.
Initial hit. 6. 15 damage. And then superiority die roll. 5. 15 damage to one, 5 damage to the other.
All right. Well done.
That
All
ends my
right.
turn.
Cool. I think. Yeah. Okay. So it's Ahara's turn. Ahara is going to move his hunter's mark to, I guess, this guy, Mark, and fire away like titanium. Longbow. Pew pew. That is a hit.
Yeah.
For 12. All right. And he's gonna move over a little bit. I guess Talos is gonna come over here to sort of distract this this guy here. And Misku's up.
Misku, we miss you.
Okay, I'm gonna move here, and I'll get to use both my smashes this time. Just gonna swing for the one in front.
That is a miss.
That's a miss. Okay. I guess I will swing at that same one again.
That is also a miss.
Jeez, rough crowd. All right, I guess that's my turn.
He was too thick.
Way too thick.
Tess, you're up.
We're gonna toll the dead on the guy right in the center in front of Valphalin.
Have
Okay.
they had a turn?
They are missing from the turn order. Where did their turn? Oh, because the other tokens. Oh, I hate that it does that. I want like a class of tokens. I'm gonna add a turn. I don't remember who started.
I think we started with Tess when we met them.
Yeah, we
Did
did.
we?
Yeah, so I think it would be their turn right before me.
Okay. Well, let's do that then. All right.
Oh yeah, because we found out that one of them was a Notice Me senpai.
That is a miss. That is a miss. That is a miss because of the it was -5, I think.
It's minus
They've got-
1d4.
Oh,
that what it says?
1d4, right. I'll call it 2.5. Do I have to roll a d4 every? Let's see, the target must
Whenever that
roll a
target fails
d4 and subtract the number. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to.
before the spell ends, up to a minute. So yeah.
It's an 18. Was your armor class 18, Valphalin?
Yeah, from that
The
temporary
skill
buff, I've still got 18.
Okay, so that's a hit for 9. And we have 1, 2, 1.
Bless.
Sorry about that.
And those are all misses.
That's good. Not good.
So I'm taking half piercing damage.
Okay, so you take 2 damage.
Eesh.
And the second roll is. What's your AC? 18?
Yes, mine's 18.
Okay. So that's a miss. Even if he rolls a 1. All right, so you took 2 damage. Valphalin took
My guts.
9.
Yeah, I took the 9.
So they are done for now. Tess.
All right, so I'm gonna switch it up just a little bit here. Instead of using Toll the Dead, we're going to put... see.
Okay, I have a plan.
So I'm going to use Prayer of Healing in the general direction of both Misku and Valphalin.
Okay.
2d8 plus spell casting ability modifier. Did it already roll it for me? Is that what it did?
It looks like it. So it's basically it did the higher level cast as a second roll, so it should be 15 altogether.
Have some healing.
So wait, how does that work? You just said like in the general direction?
Yeah,
You
it's like a
choose
healing
creatures.
circle. Yeah, it's like up to 6 creatures.
Oh, so do I just heal off the 9? Or
15.
okay, I'm back up to full.
So yeah, so she rolled 2d8 plus spellcasting modifier, which is the 9, right? So it's a 3 of 4 plus 2, and then she also rolled another d8 for casting at a higher level,
Oh, okay.
and so it's 9 plus 6 is 15, and she can pick up to 6.
Back up to
Be
full.
healed.
Big
And that's it for
flex.
me.
Cool. Ian Fear, do your thing.
Ian Fear?
Ian Fear?
Sorry, give me a
Snake.
second. I'm working on something real quick.
Snake.
These are insect-like looking creatures, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are technically monstrosities.
No, but in other words, they're not humanoid.
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna be using. I'll use Chaos Bolt as a second level spell then. Alright. 22.
All right. 22 hits.
All right, and then this is a level spell for 15, and these are 6. So these, what kind of damage is this again? Poison damage.
Okay. So
Okay.
are they poisoned, or is it poison damage?
It's poison damage.
Got it.
Do I know anything about these creatures?
You can roll I don't know. What do you think? History, insight,
Maybe
intelligence.
survival.
Survival, yeah.
You can roll in survival if you want, whichever you think makes sense.
Let's do survival. Yep. All right.
You're not aware of them. They look to you. They very much look like you can see that they're insects of some kind, but you don't have much beyond that. They just look like really, really big insects.
Okay.
Okay, so Ian Fear, you did 14 damage. Is that right? 14 poison damage. To which one?
To
15?
this one.
All right. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay. Cool.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
Are any of them bloodied?
The one directly in front of you is the worst. The one to your left has pretty much been unscathed.
Okay.
Alright, so Cyrene is gonna do 3 magic missiles at the 3 guys. Boo boo boo.
Pew pew pew. Okay, 1 to each.
Yes.
Pew pew pew.
Boo boo boo.
All right.
Little cowboy finger ends.
All right. So, what's that second level bonus action? All right. The Inquisitor is going to poof, disappear, and poof, reappear right next to Talos. And he's going to cast. Oh, I guess he didn't have to move. Oh well, he did it anyway. He's going to cast Insect Plague again.
Yeah, fighting insects with insects.
$23. Mass Constitution check fails. And
Uh-oh.
The stick of evil. Choosing.
Ooh. The claw.
yeah. So I think, unfortunately, he manages to get a few people as well. So if Valphalin and Misku can roll a Constitution save.
Constitution save. Oh, what?
What are we being hit with?
A insect plague.
An
Friendly
insect
fire.
plague? Oh. Is this being cast from within my point of view, or?
Yeah, it's being cast kind of on this side over here against this wall. It seems to be
Phase.
insects coming out of the wall.
Could I use Dangerous Sense to Dex roll out of this?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. You save. Valphalin, you take 23 points of damage.
Whoop. Wrong way. It was what, 5?
Okay, so all but one is dead. Let me see. Is it half damage? Where do I have it? So slow. Yeah, so half damage to... Yeah, so Misku, you take 11 damage.
Okie doke.
All right. And Valphalin, your turn.
I am going to go ahead and expend my action surge to take an additional action this turn. So first thing I'm going to do is slash this guy with my greatsword.
Okay.
I am going to make it a distracting strike. Or wait, you know what? Actually, no. First thing I'm going to do... Yeah, just regular attack with the greatsword. Here we go. 24.
That is a hit.
Rolling damage. 11.
That is enough to drop him.
Awesome. Rip to my action surge. We are victorious. And I am injured.
Inquisitor says, "Yeah, I'm sorry about the stray spell there. We were in tight confines, and it seemed the most efficient."
It could not be helped.
I don't know that I have any more. Ahara doesn't have any more spells, I don't think. Yeah. Oh well. All right. So he's going
Just
to
heal-
lead you.
Tess will heal Valphalin real quick.
Okay.
Wounds action.
14.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend.
All right. So, the Inquisitor kind of leads you back into this final chamber here. And as you enter, there's a female drow kind of standing with what looked to be a couple bodyguards with her. And she sees you come in, and she says, welcome, friends. Come in, please. Make yourself comfortable." Ahara kind of looks around the empty stone cavern, confused, and says, "On what?" She smiles. She says, "Thank you. That will be all, Revelor." He bows. The Inquisitor bows and says, "Yes, of course, mistress," and sort of wanders off. And she says, "Now, I've come to understand that you took care of our little Ranlin problem. While we do appreciate your gesture, perhaps next time you can dump him somewhere else. But please share with me any information you have. We're trying to get to the bottom of something happening here, and we don't know who Ranlin was working for."
What is it that you suspect of him?
Well, Revelor has informed me that he very likely is working for a Drider who's gone overly ambitious, and we're just trying to get to the bottom of anything that may lead us to which specific Drider we might be looking.
There's not anything that I can recall about his master, just that he served, quote, the lady.
Well, we are a matriarchal society that really doesn't tell me much, but I do appreciate it. Ahara points out, he says, he seemed to think that our presence here was some kind of a mistake.
Yes,
And
now that you mention it, I do recall him saying that as well.
she says, your presence, where do you come from?
Around 500 years from the past.
Ah, well, that is telling. Did you find find any events that might have occurred around the same time?
To the best of our knowledge, the only events that occurred when we disappeared was some sort of a plague that wiped out the party that we were with, as well as the entire town and area around it.
This would apparently go on to cause what is known as the cleansing. You've no doubt heard of it.
Yes. Yes, there's been talk. Our Lady feels that something with time has been disrupted. This seems to corroborate that. We need to get to the bottom of this. You must speak with Evelyn.
And who is Evelyn?
Of course. I'm sorry you're not from here. Evelyn is a high elf in the upper city. But you see, drow are not really allowed up there. She and I have an understanding to stay out of each other's business, if you will. But no one knows more about the flow of time than she does, and I'm sure she's the one you're looking for. Not to be the bad guy, but she'll definitely be able to point you to who might have this kind of magic. What I do know suggests that there has to be some sort of a relic that's bound in both times. Undoing it may prove difficult, and you may find yourselves moving between your time you believe and the time that is now, and perhaps even other times as well, to find these relics and get back to where you were. And
Very
I think we're
well.
at about time.
Yeah, it's about that.
Yeah, it is about that time. Alright, guys. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Acid Honey, for the lurk. And as always, this is VGpunx, the video game punk, and we are signing off. Keep a song in your heart.